Now you're going to Bayern and like you're going in with the expectation. Everybody's looking at you like, yo, like that's the 500K 16-year-old. Like you got to hoop, my boy.
Yeah.
So like, how did you... This segment is called Transfer Perspectives because a lot of people have never been through like the transfer process, you know, going from one club to another, going from one league to another. So to understand like, yo, what is it like to really just be sold or sign a new contract for a new club? A lot of people don't know. But what was it like for you at 16 years old, bro? You're going for 500,000 from your local club to the biggest team in Germany. Like when you first get that offer and you're talking to your family, like who was the first person you went to when your agent said, yo, Bayern Munich is coming for you?
I think it was my mom, of course, and then my closest friends from Germany. I just spoke to them and I told them, yo, Bayern's interested in getting me, and it was something unbelievable and a big honor, of course, because it's, like you said, the biggest club in Germany. And our mom that did really well in these moments or at those times was that she really kept media and everything that has or that's coming with it as far away as possible. So we didn't really care about the money that Bayern spent or like the new contract we got. We cared more about like having a new life, going to Munich as a family and having a very new experience. And that's what we cared about at this time. And that's been very, very cool. Then having my friends and my family by my side was just chill, you know, like it helped me a lot.
What's the pressure like, man? Because like that's such a step up in, like, you know, if you don't mind me saying, that's a step up in quality, it's a step up in profile. Like,
yeah,
is it expectations? Like, I mean, without leading you one way, like that's got to be hard, you know?
For sure. Like imagine like you check build articles, newspaper, you know, you're going for this much. Like you might not know at 16, but like you check a news article and you're like, damn, like I went for that much at 16. Like now you're going to Bayern and like you're going in with the expectation. Everybody's looking at you like, yo, like that's the 500K 16-year-old. Like you got to hoop, my boy. So like, how did you kind of adjust to that? Cause now you're going in there like, yo, like I do got to hoop.
Yes, yeah, for sure. So the expectations were different, but that's just a Bayern thing in general. Bayern always wants to win on every single level and at every age. So going to Bayern was just a new challenge, just because we needed to win every single game. And for me personally, I wasn't like the main guy on my team anymore. I was one of many talents, you know.
Who were some of the talents coming up at the time? Was Alfonso there yet, or
Fonzie wasn't
Chris
there
Richards?
yet. He wasn't there yet, but Chris joined a little later, I think 1 or 2 years later. Yeah, but I had some good teammates as well. I played with Marco Friedl, who's at Werder Bremen now, Niklas Dorsch, who's in Heidenheim. So a couple of Bundesliga players, but yeah, like I said, you were one of many talents at Bayern.
What's that like when you have to go to like one of many? Do you know what I mean? Like when you feel like you're like the star, what is it they say, the star boy these days? to like one of many. Is that like a mentality change for you, or is it just like, yeah, we're chilling, we'll do our same thing?
The main reason why I play soccer is because I have fun playing it, you know, and that's what's keeping me motivated. And winning games is just an amazing feeling. So everything that I need was still there, you know, everything that I needed to be set up for me to have fun and to enjoy playing and to perform well was there. So it didn't really change a lot because I just kept having fun, you know. And like I said, our mom always held back every other impact from the outside, so we just had fun.
I love that. And obviously you talked about your loan, you know, going to the second division from Bayern Munich. Tell us a little bit about going to a new city, going on loan, what life is like on loan, because obviously you're not owned by the club, right? So it's a lot different when you're a young player coming into a club and they own you. Like they feel like we want to develop you because we know you could sell you. Whereas when you're on loan, you're not owned by the club, so they could play you when you want. They might not play you. They might not have incentive to play you. They might do. So what was it like for you stepping into those doorsteps of a new club? You're an adult in like life, but you're still so young, bro. You're going to a new environment. You're on loan. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, it was the first time I moved out of home. So that was the first big change. Playing for a men's team was something new as well. I played for the second team at Bayern. We played on the men's level, but we still were a young team. So joining a men's team for the first time was a challenge, of course. Yeah, then moving out from home and just being by yourself is something different, something else then. And you have to adjust to it, and you have to learn from it, and you have to make some experience, gain some experience. It was challenging and it was hard, especially in the beginning, but then towards the end I kind of figured out how to deal with it, and I got some minutes in the Bundesliga, which is great. And yeah, it's been a cool experience, and I would never regret making that decision.
Sure. Is there one like adult thing that you didn't realize, like you didn't know how to do? Like I was talking to Kevin Paredes not so long ago, and he was saying that when he moved by himself, he had no idea how to do laundry.
Same.
You didn't know any idea how to do laundry.
No, laundry. I still can't do it. I mess up so many shirts, like it's crazy. I just can't do it. I hate doing laundry, and I'm like, especially the timing with laundry is my biggest problem. It's always like, okay, I have no laundry, or I have a crazy amount of laundry in my bathroom. There's no in between, you know. There's like,
yeah, I feel you, bro.
Dude, Timmy, you're wearing dirty socks like once every other day.
No. I just have enough socks, you know.
Yeah, just buy more. Dude, that's that athlete privilege. Do you
For
know what
sure.
I mean? If I'm out of socks, I'm in big trouble. It's barefoot for a week.
Timothy, do you think there's a big difference between going from a European club to another European club compared to going from a European club to MLS? Like in terms of just like transfer negotiations, like the length of the contract, all the small details. Is there a difference?
Yeah, I think just because MLS has so many rules by itself, and the MLS, you're joining the league, you know, you're not really joining a team. And that's making a real difference on the contract side. So yeah, there's a big difference between moving between like different continents or countries.
Would you say that now you know all the MLS rules because you go through it? Because a lot of people don't know all the MLS rules. They don't know, you know, what GAM mint is or TAM money.
Yeah,
like, do you
bro.
know all the rules now?
I'm not even close to knowing all the rules. Not even close. Like, I get surprised every single day, I think.
I think every day MLS has like a new rule that I just heard of.
Someone asked me to write, because I do like a lot of writing for our site. Someone asked me to write like an explainer on like, you know, just like if you were to Google like explain MLS transfer rules, I was screwed.
You're cooked.
It was honestly one of the most difficult articles I've ever written in my life.
What are some things, like when you're deciding on a new transfer, a new club, Timothy, what were some new things that you took into account? Because, bro, going from Germany to LA, bro, that's a complete difference in lifestyle. Like, not even just football. Like, we're talking about football for sure, but like your life, like you've never lived in America before. You lived in Germany your whole life. You were American, but now you're actually in America. Like, what were some of the things when you were deciding that transfer? Like, you were like, wow, like I got to keep my eye out for this, or like, wow, America's different when it comes to this. Like, what were some things that you learned?
Yeah, one thing was the lifestyle for sure. You're not only thinking about soccer when you're switching teams. You think about, okay, what's changing for me? Or at least I thought about that. Okay, what's changing for me as a person? What's changing for me location-wise, or like whatever, you know?
Who did you talk to, or did you talk to anyone like before you were gonna move? Like, did you reach out to anyone and be like, hey, what's it like in America?
Yeah, I spoke to a lot of people before that because it was a life-changing decision, of course. I spoke to one friend who was living here in LA, and we went to the same school in Germany.
Oh, really?
So I asked him about LA, how life is going here and how everything is and stuff like that. Then I spoke to Steve Rondo about it a lot. I just wanted to feel 100% convinced and comfortable with it. So I spoke a lot with different people, and in the end, I'm very, very happy that I ended up here.
As the bigger brother between you and Malik, when it comes to transfer rumors, obviously with him, he potentially might be even switching clubs himself. Do you think he'll come out to you for advice? And what are some things you would tell him if he's going to a new league or a new country?
I will always tell him the same thing when it comes to playing. I will always tell him, yo, just work hard and have fun. That's everything that it's about, you know? So it doesn't really matter for which team he's playing. I will always tell him the same exact thing. And he knows that it's coming from me, and he's telling me the same thing. And we are very, very proud of each other, and we support each other in every single situation. And yeah, that's why it will never change, you know?